When you try to push a project through GitHub, you may encounter a 403 error that blocks the upload. I will keep this video tutorial simple to not take much of your time. This error typically happens because of the Git credentials stored in your local machine that conflict with the GitHub security requirements. GitHub now demands secure authentication, that is personal access tokens or SSH keys instead of a plain password. And this tutorial is split into two straightforward parts. That is, number one, quick fix with the GitHub personal access token. That is the most common solution. And number two, if the error persists, how do you manually clear the cached credentials in your local machine? I will simulate this error by trying to push this project to my GitHub account repository, okay? So git push origin push u, actually it's the first time that I'm pushing it, so it's -u origin, and then I'll revoke the branch that I'm using, master, and then hit enter. And as you can see, GitHub has returned this error, fatal, your requested URL returned the error 403. All right, so how do you resolve this? You're supposed to go to your repository or your account in GitHub on your browser, and then you're supposed to click on your profile icon here, and then go to your settings. You need to scroll down. On the left, you should see the developer settings here. Tap on it, and then you need to come to the personal authentication tokens. Tap on it, and then fine-grained tokens. Tap on it. Here, you need to generate a new token. I'll call it that, and then you need to select the expiration. I'll set mine as maybe 90 days. I'll select the repository, okay? Only select repository, and then here you need to select the repository that is in your GitHub account. For my case, I'm selecting MaxiPy. For your case, you select the repository where you want to push the project, and it's here, and that's it. After selecting the repository, you need to add permissions here. Add permission. And then here you need to search for content. And then tick it. So the other thing that you need to do before you generate the token, you are supposed to change the read only to read and write. Okay? And after that, I'll confirm that everything is okay. So I'll then need to generate the token. So this page should appear. You need to tap on this copy icon to copy this token. Copy. And then you need to open your notepad, and then you need to paste it here. The second thing that you need to do is go back to your repository, and while you are in your repository, you need to copy this link of your repository, okay? Control C, and then you'll then need to go to your notepad and then paste it here. That is it. And then I'll need to save this file somewhere. Save as. I'll save it as 403 error. Okay. After it has been saved, I'll need you to copy this token here. Right click and then copy. And just after the slash, you're supposed to paste it there. And then immediately where it ends and github.com starts, you're supposed to add a @ character, and that should be it. And then you're supposed to copy the whole thing. Select it here. And then copy it. Go back to my terminal. Repeat the previous command. Then what you're supposed to change is delete the origin word and replace it with that link that you have just copied. And if I hit the enter key, it should push the project online for your case. However, for mine, it has refused. However, if yours works, you are supposed to type this new command so that you don't keep on typing this whole thing every time that you want to push the project online. So you're supposed to type the git remote set -URL, then origin, and then you need to paste the same link. This one, copy, and then paste it here, Control V. And after pasting the link, you need to hit the enter key, and there should be no any other error. Okay, and that is if this command is successful. Okay, this is part 2, when the error won't go away. In my situation, I had been using an old GitHub account whose credentials were saved in my local machine. And after switching to a new account, every push attempt failed with a 403 error. And now to diagnose the problem, I tried pushing a test project using the old account and it succeeded immediately. This has confirmed that the cached credentials from the previous account are interfering with the new one. So it will make more sense to manually delete the stored Git credentials from my local system. And I'll show you exactly how to do so in Windows. So you're supposed to click on this menu icon, Start, and then I'll search here Control Panel. And after searching on it, I need to make sure that this is not in category, it is in small icons. Okay, and then you need to navigate to where the user account is, and on the most left part of the screen you need to tap on the manage your credentials and then tap on the Windows credentials here. You will see a lot of credentials here. You're supposed to come to the GitHub, click on the drop down menu, and then you're supposed to remove it. Remember, my current account that I'm pushing the project is called MaxiPyTech, not CleoMaxine. This is another account. So I'm supposed to tap on the remove all the credentials. Then it will ask me if I want to permanently delete this generic. So I'll tap on yes, and that should be it. I'll go back to my terminal. So I'll close this one. And after I have cleared the credentials, you're supposed to come here and then delete this folder. Delete so that it can clear everything. And then you start afresh. So basically, you need to retype again cmd here. And then open the terminal and then type all the commands. Starting from git init. After adding the remote, you are supposed to type the git push -u origin, or actually master. I'm using the branch master that has already been created here. And then if I hit the enter key, it seems some activity. There's a pop-up sign that has appeared, a message from Git in my machine. So I'll basically sign in with my browser. And then it will take you to your default search browser. And that default browser is where you are supposed to sign in your GitHub account, or you must have signed in your GitHub account so that this will be authorized. So I'll tap on the authorized Git ecosystem, and that's it. If I go back to my terminal, you should see that there's activities happening here and the project has been pushed to my repository. Okay, if I go back to my browser and then go back to my repository, I'll refresh this page and here are my files. And that's basically it. That is how you solve a problem. This tutorial will have taken so much time, but I have kept it simple and short. So be productive and see you on the next one, and make sure that you follow us.